Alright, well, I got a very spontaneous idea. At exactly 10 o'clock at nighttime. I'm supposed to be getting off and going to bed right now, but, white people lingo tier list. Now, I am white. I ain't got no other nationalities in me. I'm just like a pure white guy. So I use a lot of these. Not all of them, but I use a lot of these. So I'm gonna rank them, and I'm gonna give you guys like a professional ranking from me on how well these fit into like society, and how well these fit into conversations and stuff, and how well a lot of people, like how much a lot of white people use these. Because I know not everybody in my channel is exactly like me. But first one, whelp. This is like a solid A tier, you know. Especially me. I think a lot of white people, we don't say whelp, we say it is what it is, or uh-oh, you know, that sort of stuff. It's a lot less whelp, or just like a long sigh. This is like a low A tier. For crying out loud, though, this is S tier. I and a lot of other white people I know say for crying out loud a lot, especially when something ridiculous happens. First things we say is, for crying out loud. This is also another instant classic. Whenever I pick up the phone, I always say hello. It's just like the certified funny, kooky white guy thing to say. Pretty sure I adopted this when I was like really young, like 5 years old. Just it came to me in a dream, a white person dream. It just kind of comes to you one day and you don't stop. Whoopsie daisy is a D tier. Nobody says that anymore. You only say that after you're like a 70-year-old grandma. Nobody says whoopsie daisy anymore. Doesn't fit in conversation at all. Makes you look stupid. This, go take a long walk off of a short pier. Never heard of that one. If anybody uses that one, never uses that one. It's too long, too complicated. Hope you're hungry for a knuckle sandwich. Oh, this is like right here in the middle. Now, you don't really hear, like, usually when we get in fights nowadays, we don't really shit talk, we kind of just throw punches and shit, but every time I hear a white person get in a fight, knuckle sandwich is already, like, one of the lines queued up. Like, they have another playlist. This knuckle sandwich is one of the lines. Probably a little over, actually. You don't hear it much, but when it comes out, it's so good. You know, if you're in a good time. For a name, I'm gonna... This is another instant S tier. Because white people, we usually don't have any culture. Whenever we hear a name that is not pure-blooded American, we butcher it. We butcher it so bad. Doesn't matter if it's food, people, a movie, a car. This and yellow are like the quintessential white people sayings right here. Living the dream. This one's a little less used, but it's really good too. Especially when like you're excited, like say you go to Olive Garden, you get the Alfredo, as every white person does. Living the dream, baby, living the dream. Or you know, my personal use, I wouldn't match a Smash Bros. Shit talk my friend. I'm living the dream. You're barking up the wrong tree. This is like C tier. Only disgruntled middle-aged white moms with like 6 children, all going to elementary or middle school, only say this. And even when they do, they say it in like this really high-pitched and like annoying voice. It's grating. It's annoying. Whenever somebody says it, you know you're gonna get in trouble, but it's like the kind of trouble where it like wears off after a day. You don't even need to apologize. This is like really low C tier. I'm gonna put it in D, but really low C tier because of the current climate of white people, especially in Texas. A lot of middle-aged people here. Wise guy, this is more of a New Yorker thing. I don't really hear a lot of people saying this. New Yorker, kind of Midwestern, Northern kind of thing. I'm Southern. We don't say wise guy that a lot, but wise guy, this is like A tier. It's above whelp. Actually, I'm gonna put whelp in B tier. You don't really hear whelp that much, but wise guy and living the dream, those are pretty like solid A tier. I mean, somebody's acting ridiculous, you knock them on the shoulder. Hey, wise guy, you know, it's perfect. I don't use it that much, but This is like this is a pretty low S tier. It's really good. Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. This is a quintessential white guy saying. A little below yellow, but you know, whenever somebody says no more Mr. Nice Guy, or its variation, no more Mr. Ice Guy, that's how you know you're gonna get in some deep shit. You know, you're gonna get ready for some knuckle sandwiches right here. Let's skedaddle. This is like nobody white I know says it. This is like only used in like freshman middle school band kid rooms. I'm putting it a D. It's silly, it's cringe. Usually when you hear a white person say it, they're usually in band, you know, like for what's good all. It's not used anymore. We don't skedaddle, all right? You're on thin ice, pal. This is another quintessential white person saying. When you hear this, you know you're in some deep shit. Like, say you forget to do the dishes, or you break a window with your baseball, as every white person does. When you're on thin ice, ooh man, you're in for a bad time. You're gonna be in for a couple knuckle sandwiches from your dad if you're on thin ice, if you know what I mean. Newsflash, buddy. All right, controversial opinion here, but this is way above yellow. In fact, I think I'm gonna make a new tier, at a row above, just for newsflash. All right, I use this all the time, both unironically and ironically. Greatest fucking saying of all time. Good for any sentence when you're pulling a fact out of your ass that's not true. Newsflash, buddy. Right there. Correcting somebody. Newsflash, buddy. You get all the people on the side. It is the most swagalicious out of swag white people saying. If you're not using Newsflash, buddy, I'm sorry. Newsflash. You should start using it. Cup of Joe. Alright. Not a lot of white people say Cup of Joe anymore. And every time I hear somebody saying it, it's usually ironically. But it's a good white person saying. I'm gonna put in like high C, maybe B. It's kind of just like middle of the road. Like, you think of white people, you think of Cup of Joe. You know, not a lot of people saying in the South. I'm not too sure about the North, but Cup of Joe. Now that's rich coming from you. This is more of like a super up north. This is like Canada, England, kind of up there, New York, just all the northern kind of white people states. This is like a C tier, you know. It's usually meant to like mark it like, wow, you're saying that you know, for, like, you're saying that. See, even I have a hard time using this in a sentence. It's not used anymore. It's too complicated. I don't know anybody that says that's rich coming from you. The bee's knees. This is another good one, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not S tier. It's like below living the dream. You know, whenever you say the bee's knees, you know you're in for a luxury experience. Just so good. It's the bee's knees, but I don't really hear a lot of people saying this one. When I do, it's really a marvelous moment, but it's a little less used. It's good for conversation, though. For Pete's sake, this is also another good white person saying. For crying out loud, it's way better, but this is like a kind of low A tier. You know, usually when white people want to mark something as ridiculous, the situation they're in, they'll go for crying out loud. But Pete's sake is also a good alternative. Ope? I've never heard of this. I've never heard anybody say ope before. If you say ope, let me know what it means, what you use in the comments. But I've never, ever heard anybody say ope. What does ope mean, actually? I'll just look it up right now. Open? Yeah, no, nobody uses ope. I'm gonna let you know. Now let's do a silly one. This This is like a B tier. You don't really, not a lot of people say it. I don't really say it that much. Actually, this is like a high S tier. C tier. Probably a lot of people in the north say it, but I don't really hear a lot of people say it. I don't really see where it fits in conversation. It's really not the bee's knees. You betcha? Oh, this is like right here, you know. I say you betcha. Alright. I know a lot of people say you betcha. You know, when you're doing service for somebody, you ever say gotcha or you betcha? It's just kind of like the white people kind of mutual agreement that everybody agrees, you know. When you say you betcha, you know a job's getting done. It's the old reliable, you know. Hold your horses. This is another white person saying. This good white person saying. It fits well in conversation. Easy to say, not too long, you know. You say it a lot, especially in elementary school. You hear this a lot because little crackheads in there. Hold your horses. Really good. Put a cork in it. I've never heard that one. I'm sorry. If you say put a cork in it, all respect to you. I don't think anybody uses this ever. Not anymore. Cat got your tongue? This is controversial, but this is above the bee's knees. I love saying cat got your tongue. I stutter a lot, so it's pretty liberating whenever somebody stutters. I get to say that. It's a good quintessential white person saying. And when you say it really fast, really good, just straight orient coming out of your mouth with good diction, makes you look smart. You know, this is a good white person saying. Why I oughta. This goes like right below Mr. No More Mr. Nice Guy. These two are kind of interchangeable for each other. This is more kind of a joking around, you know. This is more serious, but why I oughta is a good white person saying. It's good for irony. It's good for when you're getting in a fight. It's good for anything, you know. You spill some milk on the floor. Why I oughta, you know, and then you smack your kids. This is a good white person saying. This is a good white person saying. This is S tier. Get a little this. Alright. This goes above No More Mr. Nice Guy. Get a load of this guy. I use it daily. I know people use it daily. It's so fun to just point, look at the invincible camera, and just like point your thumb at this guy and do a little kooky. It gets the crowd pleasing. It's the funniest thing. Lets the other person know that they're being ridiculous. It's good for irony, unirony. Good stuff. Up yours. This. I'm getting like strong B tier vibes from this, but I'm gonna put in A, like kind of low A. Not a lot of people use. Yeah, no. Not a lot of people use up yours anymore. It's more of a kind of classical slang. You know, you're stuck in the past. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. You know, you don't really say anything when you're flipping somebody off. You know, it's just not a lot of white people say this no more. Doesn't really fit in conversation. Not even good for an insult either. You know, there's so many other good white people insults. Up yours is kind of just get with the program though. This is good. This is a good white person saying. Alright. Anytime you hear get with the program, I'm sorry. It's just a good white person saying. I love saying this to my friends. Not a lot of white people I know say it, but for those rare occasions where you get to say it, it's very liberating. I love get with the program. I love getting with it. No shit, Sherlock. This is like newsflash tier. Every white person says no shit, Sherlock. It's good for conversation. Not too complicated to spit out of your mouth. No shit, Sherlock. Greatest white person saying right next to newsflash, buddy. The sarcasm, you get a lot of that white guy sarcasm and irony. It's good for irony, unironic. You know, good for making the other person stupid. It's a good white person lingo right here. Look what the cat dragged in. Now this is lesser used, but when it's used, you're either in for a really good time or really bad time, I give it like below cat got your tongue. Not a lot of people say this anymore, but it's a good white guy saying. And it's really not that complicated to spit out of your mouth in a conversation, you know. The person you don't like walks in, oh, look what the cat dragged in. Your friend comes over, look what the cat dragged in. It's a good white person saying, especially for white moms with a lot of children. But yeah, this is my white person lingo tier list. I hope you learned something new, and maybe you could start incorporating some of the high S tier white people lingo. And even newsflash, you should use that daily. It's a good white person lingo, just in case you're trying to learn. But yeah, this is my white person lingo tier list. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something new too. See ya. Like and subscribe.